What's up, everybody? This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, your host of MrGentleman Like That podcast, and this week's sponsorship is from Newsly. Newsly is a all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up web articles about the most trending topics on the web at any given moment and read them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time in ever on the internet, the entire web becomes listenable, all in one place. Browse articles from topic you choose, start playing, start scrolling, and start listening. You can follow any topic as you specifically as you like, from sports, science to Bitcoin, even for the Kardashians. It will find you on the latest article and you read them to you out loud. And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from over 50 countries. Our podcast, MrGentleman Like That podcast, is on there as well. Yes, it is. Shout out to Newsly for that. I started using it as my default podcast app. Download and use Newsly for free from www.newsly.me or from the link in the description. Use the promo code MrGentleman that I will also put in the description and receive 1 month free premium subscription. So you already know, y'all, download Newsly now. Check it out. Support them, y'all. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, your host of MrGentleman Like That podcast, and enjoy the show. Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, 1/4 of the Promoter podcast, and your host of MrGentleman Like That podcast. And I just want to take the time and wish everybody a happy Juneteenth. You know, this is a very important holiday to the African American community. And like myself, you know, I'm happy about this holiday. And I want to say thank you. I want to say happy Juneteenth to everybody. Also, I just want to take the time and wish a happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, man. Fathers deserve credit as well. And y'all all are doing an amazing job. So I just want to take the time and wish all the fathers a happy Father's Day. And also wish my father a happy Father's Day. Thank you for, helping me to be the man that I am today. And, just know that I appreciate you for everything that you did. And once again, the happy Juneteenth to everybody. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Shout out to y'all. You are now listening to MrGentleman Like That podcast presents Date Night Talk podcast with Ken, a.k.a. MrGentleman.
And your girl, Vanna B, tap in.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, a.k.a. MrGentleman, 1/4 of the Premier podcast, your host of MrGentleman Like That podcast. And welcome to another new episode of MrGentleman Like That podcast presents Date Night Talk podcast. Hope all is well. And you already know, myself and my co-host, Miss Vanna B, is back with another episode of Date Night Talk. And I just want to say thank you, everybody that tuned in to the first 2 episodes of Date Night Talk, the pilot episodes. It was really fun doing those shows, and now the real work begins. So on this episode, myself and Miss Vanna B will be talking about dating. Anything dating, from online dating, our best dating experience, our worst dating experience, and many more. So you already know what to do. Sit back, relax, and I'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Gia.
And I'm Layla, and we're from the podcast She Fucking Did That.
And you're listening to MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Enjoy!
Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman of MrGentleman Like That Podcast. And this commercial break is brought to you by MrGentleman Like That Podcast, where we bring many guests telling about their stories about their brand they got going on. Also about me telling y'all my personal stories about things that are going on in my life. Also, we have many spin-off shows on MrGentleman Like That Podcast called The Old School Show with myself and the star writing Rod, where we talk anything old school, which happen every 4th or 5th Sunday at 12 a.m. on the MrGentleman Like That Podcast Network. And another spin-off show called A Conversation About Music Podcast, where we talk to many artists about their music journey. And also we have a roundtable music discussion about anything music, and which should come on every first Sunday at 12 a.m. on MrGentleman Like That Podcast Network. And yeah, you already know, if y'all need a podcast to listen to, check out MrGentleman Like That Podcast. We're on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Good Pod, and many more. Y'all can rate the show 5-star rating on Good Pod, Podchaser, and Apple Podcasts. You know, the more y'all rate, the more love the show get. Y'all can also check it out on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube now. Ken, aka MrGentleman Like That TV. And also support the website of MrGentleman Like That Podcast, MrGentleman Like That Podcast.com. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, and have a good day, night, wherever you're listening to this episode. Back to the show. True.
Hey, this is your girl, Vanna B, and you're kicking it and listening to my boy on MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Yes, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And y'all already know this is MrGentleman Like That Podcast presents Date Night Talk Podcast. And well, first thing first, thank y'all for checking out the first 2 pilot episodes of Date Night Talk. But now it's time to get to real business, time to the official first episode. And I'm about to introduce you to my co-host, Miss Vanna B. Miss Vanna B.
Hey, y'all. What's up? What's going on?
Yes. So, you know, in case y'all forget, she's the co-host of Date Night Talk. and
yeah, that's me.
and you're... So how you feel? How you feel today?
I feel good. I first want to, of course, give my flowers and thank you, Ken, for just allowing me to be on this journey. Shout out to everyone who listened to the episodes. I appreciate that. My Instagram is still private. I'm still kind of leery on opening it to be public now, but you know, little by little, you know. But again, I appreciate all the love, all the feedback, everything. So thank you, and thank you again, MrGentleman.
You already know, one day at a time, and you know, thank you for doing everything with me. You know, it's going to be a fun journey, but it's time to get to the official first episode. And also, I got to apologize to y'all too, because I got to apologize to everybody listening. I know the schedule for Date Night has been kind of weird. We do working it out. But
he booked and busy, y'all. He booked and busy.
Yeah.
My friend over here doing it.
Yeah, but we working on the schedule, but we are here now, and. Yeah, and you know, the first official topic of this episode is dating.
Woo! I mean, we can't be the date night relationship podcast without talking about dating.
Exactly. But before we get to the main topic of dating, let's get to a little bit news. So, as y'all know Michael B. Jordan, Lori Harvey. Harvey. Yeah, Layla, whatever her name is. Steve Harvey, stepdaughter. You know, they was in a relationship for a whole year, but then they recently broken up. And I guess from what I hear, the reason is Michael B. Jordan wanted to be serious, and she did not want to be serious. And my question to you, Miss Vanna B, and I guess I can answer this too. How you feel about this whole thing?
You know what? I would just like to say, Michael, if you ever hear this, baby, I'm here. I'm here for you.
Oh gosh.
Like, Like, I just, you know what? Okay, so realistically, I was like, yes, they broke up. He's back on the market. But honestly, you know what? Lori Harvey, for me, she does a lot of things. She does things that men do that normally people don't second guess it. You know, and I think that it takes someone to say, you know what, I respect you, I care about you, I love you, you're amazing, but what you want right now, I don't want right now. And so honestly, instead of wasting her time and his time, she kind of did them a favor, you know. And it's you know, so because we do have, and I'm not male bashing anybody, but like men do be like, you know what, you know, shorty, you're cool, you're dope as fuck, I love you, I love you, but like whatever, but I don't want nothing serious. I still want to, you know, play the field. And I feel like when you're upfront with somebody and you can protect their feelings, that actually shows that you really do care about them and you do respect them. So, you know, it is unfortunate that young king is, well, that king is, you know, single now. Well, it's not unfortunate, but but I do feel like, you know what, you got to respect that. You know, I don't call it bullshit. I do think there is a time and place for everything. Sometimes people don't want something serious. And sometimes the best way to show someone that you love them is to release them when you're not ready. And she might come back around in 3 months, 6 months, you know, but she's what, 25, he's 30 something, you know.
He's my age.
Oh, what a king. So yeah, I do feel like, you know, that was the best thing, because the last thing that you want to do is waste somebody's time, especially if they're both really telling you how they feel about you and what their intentions are, because some people don't date with intentions, and that's something we'll talk about in a second. But what do you think, Mr. Gentleman?
I mean, I wasn't really following this relationship like that. I mean, I seen them together. I was like, cool, you know. A lot of people, I was skeptical about it at first. I ain't gonna hold you. A lot of people also felt like this was a stunt, I guess. This wasn't real. But then at times when I was like, okay, they getting serious. I started to root for them. Then I heard the news about, you know, she breaking up with her, or they broke up with each other. I ain't gonna say it because we don't know who exactly was who, but I was like, dang, I honestly would root for them. You know, Michael B. Jordan, my guy. You know, Lori Harvey. I mean, don't really know much about her based on all you know about her history. You know, with Future, Diddy, and his son.
Diddy, his son. Listen, that's a girl. Listen.
But the fact that he wanted to be serious, and it kind of does say something though. And like you said about she just basically did a role what usually most other guys do. Waste your time, Sally. And you know,
and she did it. And instead of saying, you know, wasting his time, she was like, you know what, we can't do that. And you know, it's okay. I feel like, and again, we circle back to this conversation in a second. I feel like, you know what, if you know your intentions are not pure with a person, don't waste your time.
Exactly.
And I think that sometimes people do waste time because they want to find what they're looking for, or they want to use you, or they know. It's almost like when guys just want to smash and they're over here whining and dining, and then once they smash, that's it. Like, and I'm probably jumping a couple, you know, seconds in, but I feel like if your intentions with a woman is just to smash, you'll be surprised how many females will be like, you know, that's what you want. There are some women who just want to smash too, you know. So just be correct and pure with your intentions. And you know, she did what she did best for her. And now, you know, the young king is back. His DMs is probably all the way open, and here we are. You know, but those are my thoughts.
All right, so I kind of answered this myself already, but I'm gonna ask you this. Did you feel like their relationship was like a PR stunt or something like that, or did you thought it was like really a real relationship?
So I think I was almost like you, like I was kind of unsure, like, because unfortunately, you know, we only know her based on the stories and things that were put out in the universe, you know. and I actually watched the interview with her. I think she was on the Real, I want to say, and I actually got to like really understand and like listen to her speak and talk about her cosmetics lines and things of that nature and stuff. And so, wow, okay, this is like, you know, very pure, and you know how supportive he was of her and so on and so forth. So, you know, at first, like you said, I think everyone was kind of skeptical because it was like Lori Harvey, because again, she has the and I'm not judging anyone by their past, but it's like the Future and the Diddy and the Quincy and the this and the that. And it's like, well, damn, how'd you get that? Michael BJ. Who was he in Black Panther? I forget his name. But how you girl, okay. But you know, so I was skeptical, but then after a while I was like, well, maybe it is real love. And I think sometimes also, especially, and I would say the African American communities, you know, and we do say relationship goals and things of that nature, because it does, because I feel like for us, we don't always have the examples in front of us. Not saying they were an example, but it's nice to see it. It's nice to see love. It's nice to be able to be like, oh my God, they're in love. They're so happy. You know, obviously things happen behind closed doors, but it's like, you know, it was like Ken and Barbie, like the black Ken and Barbie, literally black Ken and black Barbie together.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, you're so funny. Caught that one. But yeah, so, you know, I was skeptical at first, but you know, was like, wow, I love to see love, and I love to see black love.
Trust me, you are not the only one. I love seeing black love as well. I love seeing love in general, but black love definitely that's an amazing thing. But you mentioned something interesting just now. You mentioned relationship goals. Mm-hmm. What do you feel is a relationship goal exactly? What do you feel that exactly? Like, give me a definition of that.
Wow. I feel like goals are something that we're able to reach when we have examples. Goals are something that is tangible if you have the patience to endure whatever trials and tribulations and things of that nature. And so for me, relationship goals, you know, I love seeing the couples that literally are from death do us part. Mm-hmm. It's not perfect. You know, there were things going on, but it was literally rocking to the end. You know, I love seeing relationships like the grandparents that literally rocked out till the wheels fall off. Mm-hmm. A relationship goal for me personally is well, not personally, but which is close to me, would be my aunt and my uncle. Because like literally I feel like they've been together since before I was born. I want to say they were together when my mom and dad were dating, or like around that time, and they've rocked if I'm 30 plus years old, they've rocked out for so long. And I've seen my aunt, you know, be a soldier for my uncle and vice versa, you know, and I feel like when it's true love and real love, you know, again, it's not perfect, but that's your person, you know, that's your best friend. You're gonna rock out. Again, it's not always perfect. They're storms, but you're gonna do what needs to be done. You know, I'm a person of, I always said when I do get married, divorce is not an option for me. You know, unless it's like a dire, like a death situation, like a horrible, obviously, you know, but I just don't believe in divorce, you know. And then I also look to a lot of my younger peers around me who are married, and I see the beauty in their marriage. I see the beauty in their relationship. Obviously, I'm not privy to what goes on behind doors, but the way that they adore each other, I'm like, wow, goals. Like, I want my partner to come in the room. Like, I want to be crushing on my partner even when we're married. That's goals for me.
Oh, yeah. I definitely agree with you.
Right?
100%. Yes.
Like, I still married, I still want you to still give me butterflies and be like, damn, you fine. Damn, you mine. Go. Like, that's what I want. And I also want to set a standard in which when I have children, they're able to see their mother and their father love each other and know what a healthy I'm going to use that word healthy. A healthy relationship should look like, how you should honor the women in your life and treat them, and so on and so forth. So those are goals for me. What about you, sir?
I mean, you already took most of the answer out of my mouth already. Honestly, like everything you just mentioned, I want that too. So like, see your kids, see your parents loving each other, and yeah, I like that's what I want. But I can see, but you know, doing all these years, you know, since growing up, I see my parents, you know, being together for almost 40 years. That inspired me to want to want that for myself as well. Mm-hmm. And if we want to go fishing, if we want to go like TV shows, like the Huxtables, man, like, like I felt that love. I felt that love. Like, y'all want that type of love.
Whitney from different worlds.
Yeah, Whitney. Yeah. Dwayne and Whitney. You know, Martin and Gina. Like, yeah, I can hold you. When that white person come, I want that type of love. You know, and maybe a create something on my own. You know. Because I am hopeless romantic. I ain't gonna hold you. so.
And I think for me, I'm very big on, not big on, what's something that I look for in a partner is like, you know, like if your parents are together, obviously like things happen, life happens. Yeah. But if your parents are together, like to me, I'm like, oh my God, okay. So you kind of got a blueprint in front of you, because I have a healthy relationship around me, you know, but you know, when my mom and my dad separated, I was younger, you know, and things of that nature. So, you know, those are, you know, things that I do look for. But we're gonna come back to all that later. So yeah, those are our goals, y'all.
and I do agree with you about, you know, the divorce. I don't want that either. You know, I don't want to build with the boy. I want to make sure that me and my partner is like going through something, even if it's bad, we figure out a way to work it out to our relationship. You know, instead of going through divorce and child support and any of that stuff. I don't want to go to that. So, you know,
yeah.
Just saying, y'all. Just saying.
We just saying.
So we're gonna get to the main topic. So let's get to dating. So first thing first, what is dating? What do dating mean to you exactly?
To me, or as per Google, or you want to do both? We can do both.
Well, first let's do the Google. First, we do the Google first.
You know me. If you watch any episodes with me, I know I'm the Google queen. I Google everything.
Miss Vanna be facts. You already know. Miss Vanna be facts.
What is dating? Okay, so. Okay, what is dating in a relationship? Okay. I feel like Siri. According to Google, dating is the stage of romantic relationships in which two individuals engage in social activity together with the intentions of evaluating each other's stability as a partner in a future intimate relationship. Oh wait, there's 5 steps of dating. Wait a minute. I'm like,
we are 5 steps of dating. I feel like everybody. I feel like these days everybody do not know how to. I feel like we need this because everybody do not know the real meaning of dating. So there you go.
We got time right now. So there's 5 steps according to our website I'm looking at right now. There are 5 steps to dating. Number 1 is attraction. Attraction, first stage of dating, and it plays a fundamental part whether the connection can develop into something more. Whether you meet each other naturally through family, friends, acquaintances, or matchmakers, y'all, or online dating sites. There has to be an element of attraction between each couple for it to develop into something romantic. It's also AKA, y'all, the honeymoon stage, and we all know that'd be life. Okay. Number 2 is reality. So reality, it tends to creep up on you slowly and can last around 6 months. This signals the end of the honeymoon phase, and at which point you might start seeing flaws in your partner and notice that things annoy you. Number 3 is commitment. Once you get past the reality stage, you enter the commitment phase. At this point, you express a desire to be with each other exclusively, and you have grown not to only recognize but accept the flaws that come with your partner. Number 4 is intimacy. And before I continue, I want people to understand that intimacy is not just a physical thing, everybody. To be intimate with someone is also an emotional concept as well. But some people don't realize that. Okay, so intimacy, and this is typically involves nurturing the true love that has been cultivated over the last year or so. Contrary to popular belief, this stage, as I just said, doesn't relate to just physical intimacy either. It's about connecting beyond the superficial. And then finally, engagement. The final stage is engagement and blissful love, and where you ultimately decide to pledge a lifelong commitment to your partner and take things to the next level. This level of commitment comes with working together to plan a happy and fruitful future with each other. So yes, there are 5 stages of dating.
There you go. All right, so what did they mean to you? And I guess this could be a weird question. While during your dating experience, how long do you feel like, to each step that I've just mentioned, how long do you take for you in dating? Do you feel like dating is have a time limit? I just feel like a better one.
So dating to me, again, is like getting to know someone, because I feel like when you meet someone, you meet their representative and not the complete person. Obviously, it's like a job interview. If we want a job, we're going to show up as our best bet for the first, 2 months, 2 weeks for some people. And after I say, fuck it, I got the job, so continue. But I do feel like in those stages, you get to meet the person for who they are. You get to see their flaws, and you get to kind of, see if this is something that you want to continue your journey with. Some people casually date just, I'm gonna have drinks with this person, or I know if I go out with this person, they're gonna get me food, and they could do this and they could do that. But other people date with intentions. But yeah, it's just, the stage of getting to know someone and seeing, can I vibe out with you, and how do our personalities, mesh with each other? Do we mesh with each other? Can we not mesh, or we better off as friends? So yeah.
Yeah, I know for me, it's pretty much the same thing. Get to know somebody, get to know their flaws, what they like, what they dislike, see if we got stuff in common, and see if we could connect in some kind of way before we know if we're going to take it to another level, into that next stage level. Mm-hmm. And do you feel like they didn't have a time limit? Or doing your stage of dating, do you feel like you have a time limit for dating, or how is your process?
I feel like I'm even dating. So for me, dating is like, again, I feel like we grow every day as humans, as human beings. So I feel like you're like, even once you're in a committed relationship, you're still dating. You should, to me. Again, I'm not married, and again, people, y'all can chime in and let us know in our comments that you should still be dating your partner, because every day, you grow and you change and you learn more about yourself and you learn more about your partner, and things of that nature. So I do feel like, obviously, the honeymoon stage is when everything is perfect. You're like, oh my God, I love her, I love you, like they're amazing. Just stomach with the feet up in the air twirling and stuff, like you're so happy. But once things get rough, you will definitely see if that person is for you, and sometimes life comes at you quickly, and then the universe, will align if that person's for you. So again, I believe in always dating a person. If we're gonna ask, how long do I feel like you should date before? And then how long should you be dating and then get engaged? That's a whole other question. So yeah, that's a whole other question episode. It might come up again, but yeah. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Do I feel like they have a time limit? I know for me, it's usually depend on the person. It depends on the person for me. Like, if I know the vibe is going good, really good, and we know each other enough, I usually give it 3 dates. If it's somebody who I really want to get to know deeply, I'm really feeling them, it might take a little longer than that.
So my question is, I think maybe the better question or the not even better, the follow-up question is, when do you know when you're dating someone, when you want to make it official? Like, you're my boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend, this is what we're doing. Is that maybe the next question, or?
Well, I think that was the question I would try to get out. I think that was the question I would try to get out, but I think but that question works. That question works actually. That's a good question. It usually depends. I know how I do it. It usually depends on if the person really feeling me the way that I'm feeling now. If I get that vibe off the bat, then I definitely could take it to the next. And I'm confident about it. I'm confident about it. Then I take it to the next step. Also, make sure not,
My question is, okay, so again, let's say you meet somebody today on June 15th, right? And y'all are still vibing out by August 15th. Mm-hmm. Would you make that person your girlfriend by then?
Depends on the vibe. Depends on the vibe. That's just me, though. Sorry, that's just me.
So if y'all vibing, if you're like, yo, it's dope, I love it here. Like, I don't like I'm meeting other people, but all I can think about is her, and like vice versa. By August 15th, would you make it official?
I probably will make it official. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But same question to you. Same question to you about what you asked me just now.
I'm single, but we go together.
No. I was about.
But we go together. No. So what I have learned is, in my past experience, my previous relationship, let me not even say a situationship because it was a relationship. It was rushed. It just kind of happened. It just pandemic relationship happened.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that a little later. But yeah.
But I do feel like you don't have to put a time limit on things. But I do feel like if me and you've been rocking out for a good, Lord, I feel like I'm gonna say this and this is gonna bite me in the ass later, but I feel like if we were rocking out and cooling for a good 4 or 5 months, so solid, like, because some people say, like, you know what, we don't have to formally say we're boyfriend and girlfriend and stuff, and I don't know if it's like me getting in my older years or what, my season years, excuse me. But I feel like at a certain time, like after 4 to 5 months, probably less depending on, the person. If we're vibing. And so then that conversation will come up. But I know some people are not fond of commitment. Let me not say that. But they're just, challenged or scared of commitment per se, because I'm not going to be like, after a month. I mean, obviously after a month, we were having a conversation and we both agreed, like, okay, we want a relationship, then, this is that. But I also feel like if we agreed, we're having fun, we're vibing, we enjoy the vibes, after 4 or 5 months, I'll be like, so what's up? I mean, I'm not talking to nobody, and nor are you, but, so what's up?
So what? It mentioned it's interesting that you mentioned titles. That's interesting that you mentioned that. So my question to you about that is, do you feel like titles is important?
Do I think as far as like when you're dating or like
dating, relationship, all that stuff.
The type of person that I am. I'm the person that, excuse me, I watch how you introduce me to other people. If you have an understanding, it's then you know what it is. And I hope I'm not putting my foot in my mouth and someone listens to this and they're gonna be like, oh, okay. But it's like, how do you not not that it makes a difference, but it's also like, it's a good feeling to be acknowledged in a certain way, in a certain verbiage.
Yeah.
You know, like if we're out together, like, oh, this is my friend. And I'm like, oh, we've been friends for 5 months, 6 months. Oh, I'm crazy about you. You know, but it's, oh, you know, this is my lady. That gets me like, oh God. Like, oh, hello, hey Lord, how you doing? You know, but it's not, so I feel like I'm kind of half and half. If you're someone that I'm not feeling, well, if you're not feeling, I shouldn't be dating you. But if you're someone that I'm feeling, if you're someone that I'm feeling and we're feeling each other, that's gonna kind of let me know, not let me know, because again, we can have conversations offline, but how you introduce me to other people will kind of be like, okay, where I kind of stand with you. Because if you take me around a group of your like your close friends or your family, you know, what are you gonna say?
Yeah.
You know, obviously the first time around, it might be, oh, this is my friend Vanna, it's my friend B or whoever. But like after a certain amount of time, if they know that we're dating, each other, like, oh, this is my lady. Okay, I see you.
You know, titles. I mean, I feel like you said, half and half. I feel like I don't think it's a big deal for me, but it's like you mentioned, it does feel a good way to be acknowledged by it. Like at least with title, you know, where you place that. You know that this person was yours or not. You know, because say we've been dealing with each other for a long time, and we, you know, like you mentioned, introduced to each other as friends. And we've been talking for a long period of time. What are we? Like, how do we supposed to know that we are something if we don't know what title we are? You know. So I mean, so in that thing, I would say like half and half as well. Like titles is a good thing, but titles should be known. I guess you could say. No. If that makes sense.
No, it does. It definitely does make sense. I had a follow-up question for you, and I just lost my train of thought, but. It'll come back to me. It was about the title situation and things like. So, do you think that you should? Okay, so let's say again you're vibing with a young lady, and y'all are kicking it for 3 months, and y'all are on a vibe. You've had those conversations, but y'all haven't. Like, do you feel like you have to officially have the "you're my boyfriend" conversations with people, and "you're my girlfriend" conversations? Like, or do you feel like, you know, if we're out somewhere, we're with my friends, I'm like, oh, this is my girl, my shorty, whatever you want to call her. I mean, however people want to acknowledge whatever. Do you feel like you have to have that conversation, or can it just happen, or just come out?
I feel like to get the clarity, understanding, I think we do need a conversation, though, in a sort of sense. But I would do introduce you as my lady either way. But I do feel like we do need that conversation so we get like a clear understanding. So just say like, make sure none of us go with somebody else, knowing that we know where we know exactly where we at. That's the only way I feel like we should have that conversation.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to get the understanding of it, you know. But other than that, that's it. That's it. But so have you been dating recently? Like how do you feel about how do you feel about dating this generation? That in this generation now, like in the 2020 generation. That what I meant to say. That have you been dating in the 2020?
That's how I was like, wait, hello.
That's what I meant.
I'm like, wait, hello. So honestly, dating now. Okay, so I feel like this person's gonna listen to this, so when I say this, I have to be kind of correct. So dating. Okay, I am dating now. I'm dating a person. Prior to this person, I was in again a pandemic relationship. However, in the meantime, dating here is ghetto. I just don't like it. I'm just like, yo, bruh, get me out of here. Because it's so like people are trying to do a come up from themselves. And like, no, I feel like people date because they want to use you. Well, let me just say this. From my experience, I feel like the people date now and the men that I've come in contact with, obviously not you now, boo, because he's solid on the side. But I feel like men date sometimes with to use. And again, I can be wrong. It's the characters I come in contact with, so that means just something, unfortunately, it's just been sprinkled upon me. But it's really tricky. I feel like sometimes people also capitalize on their social media to portray one image of them, and they don't match up to what it is in real life. And I feel like it's a persona, like and things of that nature. And again, it's no shade, it's no whatever. Like, again, life isn't perfect, life isn't whatever. But I feel like if we're dating, be upfront. For me, again, I can't speak for any other woman on this planet but myself. If we're dating, be upfront. If you being flashy, like if your Instagram looks a certain way, or your Facebook, and that's not the life you live in, let me know. Because it's just like, I've never been a person to really care about materialistic things and what cars so-and-so might have or what sneakers or whatever. That's just never been my thing. I want to know, are you solid? Will you like, if I have a bad day, are you gonna be able to just make me feel better, either for that moment, for that second, and reassure? I don't really care about everything else. If you pop in bottles in the club, that doesn't. When I was younger, yes. If you were to ask me that when I was 10 years ago, 23, like in my 20s, 21ish, I was on the fence. But no, I've never cared about things like that. So I kind of just like when a guy is like so flashy on Instagram, but for certain men or certain people, that's their lifestyle. They're able to do that. But if that's not really your lifestyle, then don't do that. So I kind of find it kind of, what's the word? Not mischievous, but kind of misleading, per se, dating now. It's very misleading because you don't know who you might meet. And again, I think nowadays, since we're all like into social media and dating apps, you meet the persona, you don't meet the person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What about you? What's good? How's that been for you?
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really been dating, so I don't really know the out there like that. I can talk about my experience before pandemic, but during now, it's just been dating online. But we're gonna talk about that a little later. We're gonna talk about that a little later. I'll dive into that a little later. But before the pandemic, when I was dating, it was hard. It was hard. I don't like it here. The women, it's different. It's different. It's not like how it was earlier. It made things easier. Now it's just like you have to really have your game up. At least that's the people I dealt with. But yeah, it was not easy. Dating had not been easy. I'm not gonna hold you.
Okay, so you haven't been dating, obviously due to the pandemic and things of that nature. So my question is, when's the last time you've been on a date with somebody?
Like an actual date? Like an actual date?
Like an actual date.
Like an actual date? Jeez Louise. Actually, I lied. I did have one date during the pandemic. Actual date in the pandemic. But we'll get to that when we get to the pandemic topic, though, because that's more related to the pandemic. But I'm gonna explain that. I'm gonna explain that when we get to the pandemic part. But I'm gonna tell that story. I got you on that. I got you on that. But if you can name one of maybe two of your best dating experience, tell me your best dating story.
You set me up for failure. Two of the best dates that I've been on. I can't do that by default. You know that, right?
I mean, I can tell one. I can tell one.
So how about you tell yours and then I'll tell mine?
Okay. All right. So I did have a couple of good dates some dates were just good dinner dates and stuff like that, and other way, they right things with one person. But this is one specific date will always be my best date, and stuff like that. I'm not gonna mention no information because yeah. So I know a long time ago I met this person a long time ago, and we went on a couple of dates. But it was this one day that I always remember. I don't remember when I went out to eat, and one thing this person said she wanted to go to the spot. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna go to the spot, and we walk around the spot, and it's from a famous movie. I'm gonna mention the movie, but it was a fun spot. And then I decided to surprise this person, surprise something that she never did. So, and it turns out to be like a little horse carriage ride, horse carriage ride, around Central Park and stuff like that. And she enjoyed it. Of course, get her flowers and stuff like that. And it could be more to the details, but that was a good date. I was just happy that I could make that person happy in a sort of way, So yeah.
What a king. That's what, that girl's a lucky girl. You know what? Shouts to her. Shouts to that queen, wherever she is in the universe.
Back. I've been wondering that my whole life.
Where's she at?
Show me where you at. Trace on that. Yeah, but also I had like I said, I had another date where a girl went to the Wax Museum, and that was a cool date and stuff like that. And even walk in the park sometimes can be a good date too. Like, walk in the park, the conversation, just get to know the person. That's another thing. I don't actually, when it comes to dating, I don't ask for much. Just good vibes, and that's all I really want, stuff like that.
Okay, so those
Okay, so what about you, Vanna? What about you? Name like a dating experience that you have, dating stories.
All right. So one thing I can say is, I feel like okay. What I can say is, it wasn't even a dating. All right, let me go for one I can think of. One is, I love water. Water relaxes me. Water is just like, I don't know what it is. I'm a Libra, but some days I feel like water is what Aquarius, right? That's the water sign, but like water like really relaxes me. If I have a really bad day, water just makes me happy. And so I remember it was one person I did date in particular. We were in his car just driving, and I'm like, yo, where are we driving to? And so when I was like, oh, well, I know where I'm at because I'm very like I observe a lot of things, so I knew where I was at. So I realized he took me, not like a kidnapping way, but he took me like literally between people know we're in New York, so yeah. So there's a certain point, like there's a certain back road to Jones Beach that you can literally see all the water and have the perfect sunset. Like literally, if you time it correctly, it's the perfect sunset. And so literally, that's where that person took me because I had mentioned how I like water and things of that nature. And so it's like you pay attention to detail, you understand it, and literally, I'm like, yo, where are we going? But the way that he took, I was like, yo, am I allowed to be on the first 48? No offense to anybody, but he took me there. We had the most amazing sunset, walked on the sand, and did all the things.
Hold on. That sounds like a 90s R&B music video. Just want to throw that out there. Like, continue. My bad.
Oh, yeah, that was dope. And then of course, I'm also like I'm like I like basic dates, but I like basic dates. Like a sense of like being home and just being with my person and just watching movies and so on and so forth. And so but another date that's actually memorable for me recently, of course I have to say it, is on my bucket list was always to go see Maxwell in concert. And so I started dating someone, and for certain men, they don't want to go see no Maxwell and Joe and Anthony Hamilton in concert. But I was like, hey, you know, this is what I want to do. And this is what I would like to do. Sorry. And so this person graciously was like, yes, let's go. And we went, and honestly, it was like, it wasn't like the perfect, let me say it correctly, that we've had. Like, I literally watched a video from the concert with me and be that person, like today, actually. And I was just like, wow, I was so happy because, again, it was my bucket list to see Maxwell. I got a bonus seeing Anthony Hamilton. Joe, we had just this. But it was just like, you know, the fact that, you know what, you don't want to go see, like, certain men won't go to concerts like that. Like, a lot of females were there by themselves.
Oh, wow.
You know, but he was like, nah, I'm gonna go. We're gonna have fun, and we vibed. So yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a dope date. That's dope. So now let's get to some worst dates, some bad dating stories. Let's get some bad dating stories.
You ready?
Do your thing.
Prop rolling. I was on a date quite some time ago. And like me and the person was vibing, it was cool. It was, and I'm telling you, when I hear this, you're gonna be like, "Yo, she's making this shit up." And I promise you, I have not. Like, this shit was crazy. I was like, "Yo, I couldn't write this shit if I tried." So, on a date with somebody, me and this person, social media app. We've been vibing, we've been talking, you know, so this was our third date in, per se. 1, 2, 3. I want to say our third date in. Alright, so we're at a restaurant, a very nice restaurant in Manhattan, in the city, you know, with the white people them. And I'm like, okay, this is nice, this is cute, or whatever. Or not cute, whatever, I'm not that girl, but I'm just like, okay. But we're sitting having dinner, and like we hear a commotion in the front of the restaurant. We're like, oh, what's going on? Like, but then, you know, we just continue because, again, we enjoyed each other's company. Y'all, I kid you not. Old boy was married, 2 kids, and had a baby in the wife's stomach. I guess she found my iPhone or tracked him and did all the things and found him and just came and just blew everything up. And I was just like, but you said you were single. Like, again, you were on the dating app and doing all the things, and just, yeah. So that's definitely my one. That was one. Yeah. So literally, like we're in the city, like down by like Wall Street, and just, you know, having it, you know, it was a good time up until that point. And again, we went on multiple dates before this happened. And so then, yeah, so that happened. It was a whole scene. It was so bad that the hostess from the restaurant gave me a gift card, not gift card, but like a credit. So she was like, come back. I'm like, well, no, but I ain't never come back here. I will never come back here.
That's bad.
Yeah.
How about that bad?
So yeah, so that was one. I think the second worst date that I had. I'm trying to think. I can't think, like, because I feel like the examples that I have, I'm gonna get attacked in the comments, but I don't want to say that. So I'm gonna just, that was the worst one. You know, when the worst pop up on you. That's bad enough. I think we're good.
I got you. I know I had many bad dates that ended in arguments. A lot of them ended in arguments. So I'm gonna name one of them. I'm gonna name one of them right now. So there was one day, I was dating this girl, and we knew each other for a very long time, and we decided to go on dates and stuff like that. Then, like, this was Valentine's Day, so I had things planned out of where to go and stuff like that, and and everything. So so we were going to this restaurant, but then as I go in there, the restaurant closed down. So I was like, oh dang, like what the easy? Imagine this is Valentine's Day, so everything. So Valentine's Day in the city at that. Enough said. So now I'm trying to plan a date last minute, and just to see like where to go, but everything is like sold out. So then I did take her to somewhere, and of course it wasn't a place that she wanted to go. And then following that, she had an argument with me, and then later she revealed that she threw love her ex. It was some craziness and all this other stuff, and it's just like, well, dang, that day ended bad. And she was basically, yeah.
That's hella crazy.
Yeah. It was a weird day, and it was a weird day, and it was crazy. Yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, you live and you learn. But good thing that was a long time ago. But you live and you learn and stuff like that. But yeah. But let's talk about your pandemic experience. How was your pandemic? How was your relationship during the pandemic? How was that? How was that? How was that?
Why do I have to go first though? Like why?
You want me to go first?
Yes, please. Yes. Yes.
So I know even though I wasn't really dating like that, I did decided to do online dating. Sadly, that is the next question. So and one thing about me dating online is not my best thing at all. I hate it. And not to mention I hate it. but apparently I got lucky twice, online dating. With one girl, I dealt with this one person, and we was vibing. We were vibing for a while, We were talking on the phone, we were chatting. If y'all know me, I do not like talking on the phone.
He doesn't.
And if y'all really don't know me, I don't like video chatting either. So the fact that I wanted to give it a try, and this person, it was just like crazy, and me and her were really connected, really good, to the point that we were really like connected really good. So one day we did decided to go on a date. And it was a picnic date. This is the question that you asked me earlier about when the last time I went on an actual date. This was the last time. This was 2020. This was May 2020, Memorial Day weekend, and this is when New York would just open back up, as in started to open back up. I think we was in phase 3. I think. Either phase 3 or phase 4. It was one of those times. And we went on a picnic in Brooklyn Bridge Park, and it was a really good time. We vibing, we playing Uno, we eating food and stuff like that. And I got a little nervous because Matt crowded, because we was doing a pandemic, so like, oh snap. But other than that, it was a good date, and stuff like that. But even after that, we do connecting, we vibing and stuff like that. We planning to see what to do next, and just like, they was going good. But then one day, I guess she felt like we was moving too fast, and things just stopped after that. Which in reality, I think she found somebody else, because I live in Brooklyn, she lived in New Jersey, so yeah, and stuff like that. But
wait, you did from New Jersey? Oh Lord God.
Yeah.
I won't date nobody. If you live in like Staten Island, in Harlem. Like that's long distance for me. But so bless your heart. Bless your heart.
Here's the thing. If this was the pandemic, it wouldn't be an issue with me. But since it was the pandemic, it was kind of hard to really travel back and forth, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But things, I guess, behind that part, things just didn't work out and stuff like that. And so I went back to the dating site again. Sadly, I went back to the dating streets, in the dating site streets. I hated it so bad. And then I was talking, and then believe by December I met this other person, and we talking and stuff like that. But this time I started to go to a house and stuff like that, and then after that later I started having a pandemic relationship, actual pandemic relationship. But the only thing was we didn't do no dates because I guess New York was due back on shutdown. The restaurant wasn't open like that. We would only pick up and stuff like that. So I didn't have no going out dates. We had dates in the house where we watch movies, take out food, she cook, or stuff like that. But it was a different environment for me because I wasn't used to and like a stay indoor date, stay in the house type of date. I usually like to go out for dates. So it was just hard for me, and sadly that relationship ended bad because we had a big fight. A really big fight, which I'm not mentioning the fight because it's really crazy. It was just to the point that she showed me a sign that I didn't really like, and I can say it's some part of my fault too. I could have fought harder, but yeah, it was just a weird dating experience. It was a weird dating experience that I was not used to. I know she's a good person, but I knew at the end of the day maybe she wasn't the person for me to be. Stuff like that.
That's crazy. Okay, so my pandemic relationship, I met this person again on a dating app. I'm not gonna speak illy about them or like bash them or whatever.
Yeah.
We met, and honestly, I did think at that moment, I was like, "Oh, this might be it." Like we were, whatever. But I also know that I have a side, that person had a side. He had things going on. I had things going on.
Yeah.
And I feel like the pandemic kind of pushed people to their limits.
Yeah.
And I agree. And I feel like New York being on lockdown the way it was, we're not used to that. Yeah. And so during that time period, I had things that I had to kind of like deal with and just have those moments. And those moments came hard. And the same with him, I would say the same. So he's not a bad person, but I knew for me, I was like, all right, well, I need to, and this is kind of a side note, like there's nothing wrong with going to see someone, or like Black people, a therapist is okay. It doesn't make you crazy. Yeah. I feel like sometimes for our culture is you pray to God, it's gonna get better. But that's not always how that works, You're right. You're right. And there's nothing wrong with getting help and getting whatever. Do I wish we could have did it together? I don't know. Can't say that. But again, during the pandemic, literally, we were with each other because I was working from home. I was pretty much staying with him, working from home, doing whatever because of his background and what he did in production and things of that nature. Obviously, nothing was being produced because everyone was at home. So I did recognize the fact that he was going through a stage of like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, he's used to working, he's used to doing all that, but he can't move like that.
Yeah.
And so that was something. He also had, a lot of loss. And he was also dealing with that bereavement. I was also dealing with bereavement also, so with other things. So I don't regret my pandemic relationship. It taught me it taught me enough. But also it was just, once the city opened up and New York was open, it was open, and he did what had to be done. And that's that. I feel like that's that. I don't know how to really explain everything. I'm not gonna speak ill on this person, because they're not a bad person. Yeah. They're a hurt person, which I understand and I recognize it because I've seen it. But it was like, again, in the moment when we were all kind of like stuck together, I fucked with them. I did. We were in a relationship. I knew their family. I knew their kid. I knew all that. I feel like it was like a temporary Band-Aid. And I needed that dislocation, or that I needed the skin to come back for me to be able to, really sit with who I am, sit with what I want out of a partner, and I'm happy that I have that right now.
Yeah, I know. Back to me, with the person I dealt with during the pandemic. Like I said, like I agree with you on it. Like, she wasn't a bad person either. It's just, for me, I know. I talked a little bit about it on the pilot episode. We asked about it. I couldn't really give her the type of love that she deserved, the way that she wanted it. Because she would also go through a lot too, and I would open up to her, but she didn't fully open up to me about what she was really going through, and stuff like that. Like, and honestly, I felt like she said that she was feeling me. I don't know. I wasn't 400% sure she was. I don't know. Maybe because we were in it was like kind of pandemic, and maybe, but I don't know. I felt like maybe, I don't know. I felt like, I don't know. It just had like we could have worked. We could have worked it out if we wanted to, but but yeah. It's just
sometimes, like, when you get in a relationship with some people, and I feel like well, not even a relationship, but getting to know people, like, there's some hurt and there's some healing that needs to be involved. Like, I know for a fact, I can say that there's certain things that I do that my partner calls me out on, because I do it based on what happened in the past. But then I also know that there's also hurt because not just because like an excuse, but things happen, life happens. There's days where, again, to be transparent with the listeners, like, I lost my father about 3 years ago, and some people say, well, it's 3 years, you should be okay. But grief doesn't change things. There's days that I'm okay. There's days that I'm like, I just want him here. There's days when I do things and like, I spoke to MrGentleman before we actually recorded. Like, I got a 3.8, and I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I just wish I could just, like, I can say it to him, obviously, y'all, but like, there's a certain, like, there's always going to be a part of me that will miss my father, and there's days that I just have a break, and I need my partner to be able to understand that and be able to, like, step in. Or, when it's just a bad day at work and my kids get on my damn nerves, and I'm like, y'all, you're not serious. So it's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
Yeah, and once again, sorry for the loss. Even though it's been 3 years, sorry for your loss. That dude, when you told me about that dude, like, sad, and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, sorry for your loss on that. And, yeah. But,
back to the fun thing.
Back to the fun part. So we were talking about online dating.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, you already know how I feel about online dating. I hate it. I honestly would prefer dating in reality, meeting people in reality. But how do you feel about online dating?
You know what? I hate online dating to the point that I love when a dude in the street goes, yo, shorty, yo, ma. I'd be like, yes, Lord. Yes, keep it going. Because it's just like, again, like I said earlier, I feel like people put representatives on them online and it's not them.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like I love the days where if I get a cat call, and again, I'm from New York, and we normally hate that, but I'll be like, yes, I'm doing something right. Yes, thank you, God, because that online shenanigans, and you can also be, scammed in the real life. But, but yeah, nah, because a lot of y'all just be looking like a whole king, thinking y'all 6'5", but y'all really 5'2", and I'll be like, hello.
And I know my experience was like, when I do online dating, I see the person profile, and there's just something they say on the profile to turn me off. Like, oh, I look for a man who rich, or I look for a man who got everything and stuff like that. And y'all look like y'all don't got everything either, because y'all on here, like, and stuff like that. And also, like, when somebody be like, they say, oh, I am looking for somebody. I see your message, we match each other, we talking, and then through the conversation, I don't hear from you no more. And what's the point of you trying to get to know me if you're not gonna have a conversation? No, I said that in my profile. Like, I want a conversation to get to know you. So if you're not on here for that, then why are you on here? Like.
Let me tell y'all, POF and Meet Me are the devils. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't just run. If right now, delete your profile. Delete it right now because it's just too much.
Funny.
And
I did have POF in the past.
Don't listen. My pandemic. Don't. I mean, there's some people that find love, but for me, I'm like, nope. I'm okay. Okay. But I use Hinge,
but yeah. But anyway, what's your question?
My question is, do you allow exes to double back or come back? Like, how do you feel about exes coming back? Or exes or people, exes or people in the past to come back? How do you feel about that?
Usually, that's a good question, actually. That's a good question. Wow. Okay, Vanna with the question. Hashtag Vanna with the question, John. Hashtag Vanna with the question.
Tú no sabe.
I know for me, usually, I don't talk about exes like that. So usually, I usually don't run back. But if we end up on good terms, maybe give it another try. I mean, if we just dated and we end up on good terms, then yeah, of course I would like to try again, because I always going to think about, like, what if we would go more further? What if we, but for exes though, I can say yes. I can't say yes to that. I don't really talk to my exes like that. So. To the point that we're going to get back together. So, yeah.
Okay, just carry it.
What about you? What about you? Same question. What about you?
Hello.
Yeah, what about you? What about you? You know, I have to throw it back to the bottom of the question.
Hello. Okay, hello. So, okay. Exes are people that we've spoken to. Like people that we just kind of chop the shit with, and then whatever, or what do you mean? How do you?
I don't know. Just I guess exes in general. If we were to, if they were to come back, will you give it a try? I guess give it a try. Again. Same question you asked me. Miss Vanna with the questions. Same question you asked me.
What are you laughing? I'm laughing because this is my life right now. Okay, so I will say the following: like, the person that I am dealing with, hey babe, because I don't want the person to be upset. We met. I was young though. I was like 21. We were having fun. We were living our best life. We were outside. We were just whatever. I feel like there was a point of disconnection for reconnection. So therefore, I feel like, the fact that we're both older and more mature, we're able to really, have those conversations. And so I feel like if your ex did you dirty, like hella dirty, like for me, a deal breaker is, I'm switching subjects now. You have a baby on me, nigga, you gone. Oh boy, I can't forgive a baby. I just can't do it. Nope, will not do it. Infidelity, we can talk about it. And again, I'm like, there's gonna be girls like, oh my god, how's she okay with a nigga cheating? I'm not okay with it. But we can talk about it and we can figure out what's what. But having a kid on me, that's a whole nother type of ball game. I'm gonna get talked about, and which I don't care about. Well, I do care, but I don't care, but I do. But like a typical female. But yeah, if you're my ex and we broke up because we were young and having fun, that's one thing. If you're my ex and we broke up and you slipped and had a kid on me, yeah, my guy, just was it got a blast? Like, yeah.
Well, if that's the case, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Like, if how you say it was your person you be dealing with now, and we know each other, and we broke up because we were young, and we want to try again in our older years. I don't mind that, especially if it didn't end on bad terms. Mm-hmm. If it didn't end on bad terms, I definitely would try it. I wouldn't mind that. But if it didn't end on bad terms, like if you said baby, them girls who I dealt with and they end up got babies. No shade, but yeah, cheated on me. There's something with my friends. Not a shot there, but like no, but yeah, stuff like that. No, it don't come back to that. Or try to disrespect me in some kind of way, or let you try to disrespect me in some kind of way. Either pretty much no coming back for that as well.
Yeah, because I feel like it's just a lot. Like even with my ex-fiance, like unfortunately I had to throw hands, and it was a bad situation. Oh, wow. I feel like there's like, again, I was younger and it's not an excuse, honestly, because I'm like, damn, I wasn't that much younger. Like okay. Anyway, everybody, but it was just like a situation where like there's certain situations that I can't allow disrespect, and I don't do that. And you having a kid, I'm good. Especially, and it's no offense to anybody. I don't want people like, oh, like I love kids. I'm like, I'm all for that. But if you cheat on me and have a baby, that means that you were out here being like Tristan Thompson. Hello, baby father, because you're out here now. Because I feel like people don't really think about, like, when you have unprotected sex with people, you're just over here just popping it, and stuff can happen. Not just a baby. You can give someone that you're throwing a pH balance. You're doing so much right now just for a nut. Was it worth it? Like, you can give someone something. Was it worth it? Like it's just, yeah. So yeah, that's my deal breaker. Have a baby on me, nigga. Peace. Bye. Good morning. Good night. So blessings.
And it's crazy. I love how this conversation is flowing. I love how the conversation is going. Cause you been doing key facts. Baby, kids or no kids. Like, tell me, like, dating with somebody, kids or no kids, and like.
Ooh, so, and I'm the queen of that. I love kids.
You open that door. You open it.
I'm the queen of that. So you know what? I don't. All right. Hello. I don't mind dating someone with kids. However, I do see the difference when you date someone without kids. And so when I say that, it's like, God, I want to verbiage it so that people are not offended when I say what I say. But I have to also be real. I have to be like very like concrete. I feel like when you date someone with kids, for me, my perspective is you're probably either number 3 or 4. it's the kid, the BM, because if she needs stuff for the kid, that they all come first, you know. And there's times where you can't, you know, like, yo, babe, let's just drive the AC tonight. I can't have the kid. You can't move a certain for certain people you can, but for me, for my situations, I couldn't move like that, you know. And I don't mind being a stepmom, bonus mom, whatever you want to call me. But it was like, okay, fine. But I also feel like there's a joy in the fact of when you're dating someone without kids, if y'all do get pregnant, it's like it's the first steps. It's the first step. You know, when you have someone with kids, they're like, oh yeah, I did it already. But it's like, but I haven't though.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and it's like it's different. And so respectfully, I'm not, again, for me personally, I was the last child, and I'm the only girl from my father. And so for everything, for me, for what I know, what I do know, I was the first for a lot for my dad. And I'm not going to knock that down for anybody else. But I have been a stepmom, a bonus mom, or whatever. I don't mind dating people with kids. But for me to not have a physical kid, it's different. It's like, well, and again, I'm going to say, I don't want to be offensive, but it's a different type of vibe. It's like, yo, we can kind of get up and just kind of move how we want to move. Like, yo, babe, let's drive the AC, or yo, babe, let's do whatever. It's not like, oh, well, I have my kid this weekend, I can't do that. It's, you know, and again, it's the experience of the first of everything. When I have my child, I would like to say that I can have it with someone that doesn't have a kid. So it's the first of everything. You know, it's not like, oh yeah, I've been through it, so it is what it is. But then you do have the fathers or the parents, and both, that haven't had that experience. But for me, it's just like, I don't mind doing it. And I've also dated people that were older than me, and dated people who had kids. Shouldn't say that. Whatever, my age, who are my age, but were also like, you know what? I don't want a kid. Like, I don't want another baby. I'm like, well, I kind of do. I'm like, well, I can get a puppy or something. They're like, no, you should be a mother because you are, like, apparently, for me, I come off like that very caring, nurturing, motherly, like, figure, and God bless. Not in a bad way. And I thank my kids, my extended kids, for that every day. But yeah, with a kid, if you don't have a kid, yes, God. If you do have a kid, I can deal with it. I have dealt with it, but you know. But I also feel like when you're someone of my age stature, when you don't have a kid, it's an issue.
I mean,
so what are your thoughts?
Even we did that, we dive a little bit about this on the pilot episode when I interviewed you, and we just spoke about the no kid thing. And like I said, I dealt with a woman with kids before. I don't have a problem with it, but I would honestly prefer a woman without kids, because, like I said, we get the first everything, the first step, we get our first moments of everything. It's be brand new for both of us, Instead of, it's brand new to you, but the other person already experienced it already. I would prefer it brand new for both of us so we can both grow from it, So I prefer dating somebody without kids, but I don't mind dating somebody with kids. But of course, it has to be at least 3. You don't have to be. It's more than that. I ain't doing that because I ain't gonna have money for all that for the kids. But yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not anti, like, again, I don't want people to think I'm anti no kids, but I just do feel like it's a different type of vibe when you and that person, y'all are single, you have no kids, and you can get to have that experience together. It's different. Like, I met my ex-fiance, I met him, and his baby was, I'm probably lying right now, like 6, almost a year old, maybe, whatever. And it was just like, again, everything that his kid experienced, they did it together. And so, like, even though I was excited, it wasn't like the same. Like, oh my, like I don't know how to explain it, and maybe that can be an episode. But it's just like it's different when you are a not co-parent, but like a bonus parent. Like my stepfather met my mom, and I was in high school, so you couldn't. Well, he did tell me what to do, but I did the one thing. But it's like different, you know. So I would want like my partner to be able to like the first ultrasound and heartbeat and this and that, like the first. I don't want it to be like, yeah, okay, I know because I've been doing it before.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Like, I definitely agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. And we got one more question, then we're going to end the show. Interracial relationships. Are you open to doing one? And if you have, do you have an experience of doing one, dating with somebody in another race?
Yeah, Mr. Gentleman about to have me single today. There's somebody from high school. I'm not gonna say it, but like, damn, I can't, because I feel like when I say it, if you knew from high school, then you know. I'm not. So when we say that, you know what's funny? When we say interracial, I feel like we automatically go interracial as like white or Asian, but we don't think about the whole Black and Latino, Latina, Hispanic relationships. We don't. Well, for me, again, my perspective is we don't consider that.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a lot going on, you know. So I'm gonna say one thing. I feel like being Black, being African American is hard already.
Yeah.
Right? Being interracial is always, then you're like, what, 2 strikes, 3 strikes, or whatever.
Yeah.
Then having to explain it to your kids is so much harder. So what I will say is that I commend the couples that are interracial, whether you're Black, white, Black, Asian and white, or whoever you are. I commend you for really going off of love and doing that. I don't have any issue with it. I do have an issue when people say, and we can wake it up another episode, this is why Black men go to white women because you guys are this. That's my issue. Like, oh, then you're not submissive. Actually, we are. I feel like for the right men, if you're leading accordingly, we will always be submissive. I can say that with confidence. If you're leading your household and you're doing what needs to be done, a woman can be submissive, and a Black woman can be submissive. Definitely. You know, so I do find it offensive when people say, "Well, this is why Black men date white women or Black men date Asian because they can listen and they do this." It's like, no, that's not no. But baby, no, that's what pisses me off. And kind of gets me like under my nerves. I'm all for, you know what, you love who you love what you don't love. Whether you're Black, gay, GBQTIA, I don't know the exact acronym, so I apologize. But I feel like you love who you love. But I don't like when people say this is why Black men go to white women because, excuse me, y'all are not submissive. Y'all don't listen. Y'all don't do this, y'all don't do that. It's like, no, that's not really what it is.
Exactly.
It really isn't.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. For me, I mean, I never been in it. Am I open for it? I know younger people wouldn't because I don't know. I just never thought. It never crossed my mind. But I guess as I got older, I wouldn't mind be open to it. No, and I mean, of course, I always love a Black woman, of course, but I always love them no matter what. But I do want to try. Like, I do want to try. I do want to try it, you know, once, you know. But you know, even if I was to date, you know, somebody in another race, that doesn't mean I don't love my Black woman. I don't want people to think that. That's the thing I hate, you know. that would be like people say, oh, you go stay in another race, you don't live your own race. Like that's not the case at all. Maybe somebody want to try something different. You know, it's more out. It's a lot. It's a lot out there. You know.
You know what's crazy? Like I wrote a whole paper about interracial dating and marriages and so on and so forth in college. So it's like again, like I know stuff happens, life happens, but again, I do feel like sometimes, and not to cut you off, and then you can go back to, but it's like always. Well, if a black woman do this, then we wouldn't have to go to white women. Well, other women, excuse me. You know, that's the thing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that if the opportunity was to present itself, I will be open for it. You know, and stuff like that. But like you said, love is love. You can love anybody. You know, that's all that matters. All that matters that you find somebody that you connected with and you love. It don't matter who the race. Doesn't matter your status. It doesn't matter anything. As long as you love that person, that's all that should be matters. That all that should be the main objective, you know. So yeah. And that is today's episode of Date Night Talk. Thank you, Miss Vanna B. You know, my co-host for Date Night Talk.
We did it. We made it. We woke a lot of things up. We said a lot of things, you guys. And hopefully, again, some of our comments, request me, well, especially me, because it's private. But again, request, ask your questions, and do whatever.
There you go. Drop the social media where they can reach you.
All right. Well, you can reach me at Vanna VANNA_BEE on Instagram. I'm actually I think we're gonna talk offline, Ken, about me kind of like rebranding and stuff and doing all the things. But again, just drop your comments, drop your thoughts, and like if you have questions, you want to talk it out, like let us know so we can definitely address that. Again, thank you for listening. Thank you for just, again, spending like an hour of your time. Hour of your time with us. I appreciate it. I love you guys, and I think we're out, right?
Yeah, and we'll be back in July with another episode of Date Night Talk myself.
Hey, can I do the chip? Wait, I wanted to see if I can do it.
Oh.
Can I do it? Go ahead.
Do it. Yeah. Hey, yeah, you see us back in July with myself and Miss Vanna B. Cheers! There you go. And I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman, like the podcast and the Premier Boy podcast. And this commercial is brought to you by the Premier Boy podcast, where four publicly do where we talk about anything about the culture. Hosted by myself, Ken, aka MrGentleman, Mr. Aaron Sands from King Talk with Aaron Sands, the Star Riding Ride, who is also my co-host of the Old School Show, and long live the Chief Mally Bow. And we talk many topics, from politics, music, sex, love, relationships, and many more. And also every topic that's going on in the news right now. Many of our topics are very controversial, and the podcast show might not be for everybody because we talk about many explicit content. And yeah, so if y'all decided to check out the show, y'all be warned because y'all might need a drink or two. And yeah, because this podcast is so crazy. I'm shocked it had not got canceled yet. So if y'all looking forward to listen to the Premier Boy podcast, check it out on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and many more. Each and every Wednesday at 12 a.m. You can check out the Premier Boy podcast with myself, Mr. Aaron Sands, Star Riding Rod, and Long Little Chief Mally Mal. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman. Have a good day and night wherever you're listening to this episode. Now back to the show. Yeah! I just want to take the time to thank everybody for tuning in to this latest episode of MrGentleman, like that podcast presents Date Night Talk podcast. Thank you to my co-host, Ms. Vanna B, for doing this journey with me. This has been a fun episode, and I can't wait to do more Date Night Talk shows with you. I can't wait for the journey. And I'm looking forward to your show coming real soon. Hopefully, I'm executive producer of that show too. But seriously, thank you for doing the journey with me. You are a really good friend, and I wouldn't do this with anybody else. So once again, thank you. And even though this show is on break right now, and I won't be in season 3 like that, check out the Premier Way podcast with myself, Aaron Kitoxan, the Star Riding Rod, and Long Live the Chief, Mally Mal. Season 3 of the Premier Way podcast is coming this fall. So look out for that. Check out my brothers, and they hold it down when I'm not around. So, Premier Way podcast coming real soon. Season 1 and 2 is available now. So check it out now. It's available now on all streaming platforms except for Spinoff. And don't forget that check out the other show that I'm executive producers of. Check out my bro Aaron Keto Sand podcast show, King Talk with Aaron Sands. Season 1 and 2 is available now on all streaming platforms. And season 3 is premiering September 23rd, 2022, y'all. September 23rd, season 3 of King Talk with Aaron Sands is returning. And also look out for the Star Riding Rod solo show, A Conversation with a Star, coming real soon. Check out those 2 executive producer shows that I'm a part of, y'all. But also check out some of my other bros, The Bridge podcast with Long Live the Chief, Mally Mal show, coming soon as well. Check out the Premier Pod Universe shows. Support the Premier Podcast, y'all. And y'all already know where I'm at every Sunday with the Gentleman Like That Podcast, each and every Sunday at 12 a.m. We on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Good Pods, and many more. Y'all can rate the show 5-star rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, Podchaser. The more y'all rate the show, the more people know about the shows. So please, y'all, make sure y'all rate the Gentleman Like That Podcast 5-star rating, y'all. That would mean a lot, y'all, because you support the show. And y'all already know we got the Spinoff series of the Gentleman Like That Podcast. The Spinoff series of the Gentleman Like That Podcast. Look out for Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast presents the Old School Show with myself and the Star Riding Rod every 4th or 5th Sunday at 12 a.m. We return with new episodes in August. So for now, check out all the episodes of the Old School Show until we return new episodes in August. Also, look out for Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast presents A Conversation About Music podcast. Every first Sunday at 12 a.m. Every first Sunday at 12 a.m. Even though season 1 is done, check out season 1 right now. And season 2 is returning this fall in October. So season 2 of The Gentleman Like That Podcast presents A Conversation About Music podcast in October. And Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast presents Date Night Talk podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B. I know the schedule been crazy for Date Night Talk, but bear with us, y'all. We do try to test everything out and see where we can fit the schedule with the show. But just know we are every first and third Thursdays at 12 a.m. Every first and third Thursdays at 12 a.m. We are dropping 2 episodes in July, so look out for the next 2 episodes of Date Night Talk with myself and Miss Vanna B. And check out all of Mr. Gentleman spin-off series on Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast Network, y'all. And if you want to be a guest on my show, on the main series, Date Night Talk, A Conversation About Music, and the Old School Show, send me a bio about yourself and everything that's due to my email, kenYPGENT@gmail.com, kenYPGENT@gmail.com, or hit me up on social media, Ken_Mr. Gentleman. I repeat, Ken, Ken_Mr. MR Gentleman, GentleMan. Y'all can add me on Good Pods as well. Ken, Mr. Gentleman on Good Pods. Y'all already know I love Good Pods. They cater to many independent podcasters. You can see what everybody listening to. We now got the new comic section where not only we can interact with every podcaster, but we can also interact with our listeners as well. And also, we are on the charts, y'all. And of course, I'm going to give y'all the chart review on every chart that Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast is a part of. And we're going to start off with top 100 shows. And right now, we are number 8 on both Indies and normal charts. And it's good to be back in the top 10 again, y'all. Thank y'all for just checking us out. Also for Society and Culture, right now we are number 2 for Society and Culture. Earlier this week we were number 1 for Wednesday for Society and Culture. So, and I'm not even gonna hold you. When I saw that I was number 1 for that Wednesday, I was shocked, y'all. I was really shocked, y'all. I didn't see that coming at all. Honestly, I thought At My Work Life would be number 1 again. But honestly, shout out to At My Work Life, the Red Dove, everybody that's in the top 10 right now. They are doing amazing things. So I'm gonna take the time and shout out to them and just keep doing your thing. And thank y'all for making me number 1 for that one day. It was a great feeling. Like, it was really shocking. I did not see that coming at all. So once again, thank y'all. And we also do number 1 for documentary for both normal and indie. So thank y'all. Thank you for everybody that been tuning in to Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast and on Good Pods and being alive. And let's continue to grow. No matter what platform it is, big or small. I thank y'all. Also, we are due on the charts on Apple Podcasts. And we are number 38 in the Apple Podcast charts for a documentary in Jamaica. So once again, shout out to Jamaica for new habits in the charts. It means a lot, man. And thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. You know, it's good to know that your hard work is paying off. But of course, the work is never done. So, and even when I see the achievement, I do feel like I haven't made it yet. And I haven't made it yet. So, and I'm gonna keep working, even if I have made it. I'm gonna keep working like I haven't gotten it yet. So once again, thank y'all for, just giving Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast a chance, man. It means a lot. I say this every episode, but I'm humbled by this. It's the truth. It means a lot that people listening, hearing my story, hearing my guest stories, having fun when we do the old school show, Day That Talk, and the conversation about music. And it's just fun, and I just want to thank y'all, man. For real, for the bottom of my heart, I thank y'all. Also, check out the website of Mr. Gentleman Like That Podcast, www.realmrgentlemanlikethatpodcast.com, www.realmrgentlemanlikethatpodcast.com. Y'all could check out the bio about the show and more, and about me. Y'all can check out every guest that's been on the show on a guest profile and update daily when I have a new guest. Y'all can check out all my interviews on other platforms, and that can update daily as well. Y'all can support the show by buying me coffee. Y'all can buy a merch from TeePublic. The link is in there as well, and many more. So support the website, realmrgentlemanlikethatpodcast.com, www.realmrgentlemanlikethatpodcast.com. Not to mention, y'all can how to support the show. Y'all can support the show by sharing it on the platform, telling your friends about the show. Y'all can rate the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podchaser, and Good Pods. Y'all can listen. Y'all can get feedback. Y'all can buy merch from the Mr. Gentleman store at TeePublic. Y'all can also buy me coffee or drop a tip on Twitter and Good Pod. Anything is worth it. It would mean a lot if y'all do it. I'm not asking for y'all to do that. Y'all have a choice to buy merch or leave a tip and stuff. I'm not asking for that, but as long as y'all listen to the show, share it with your friends, rate the show. That's what I asked it for. That would be good for me, y'all. And that's the way to support the show, y'all. I don't ask for much to support the show. Spread it to your friends. Listen. Let me know what you think. If I need to change something, I would change it. So yeah, thank y'all. In next episode of MrGentleman Like the Podcast, we do gotta get next episode. The main series, we got 5 more episodes left. 5 more episodes left of season 5. We got a special guest. We got a podcaster for the next episode, and we're gonna talk to her about dating experience and stuff like that, and her show, and many more. Also, July 17th, MrGentleman Like the Podcast 100 episode celebration. July 17th, the 100 episode celebration. Even though we already passed 100 episodes, we never had that celebration. We never announced it. We made it to 100 episodes. So this episode on July 17th, we are going to celebrate it. And we do have a special guest. I won't announce the guest until later. But just know that we got an amazing thing coming for this platform. And yeah, just tune in, y'all. And once again, thank y'all for tuning in to this latest episode of MrGentleman Like the Podcast Presents Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B. Have a good day or night wherever you listening to this episode.
Hi, my name is B Wise, and you are listening to Mr. Gentleman's Lifestyle Podcast.